Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Sunday, November 8th. This is Ben Capozzi with Broad Shoulders Farm and Dave. We're in Virginia's Zone 7 and Southside Virginia. And I just wanted to take a couple minutes today. Honestly, I wanted to take a break. I'm putting some roofing on. Let's see if I can get this without being ran over by birds. Ladies, can you not have a fight on top of the iPhone? Oh my God. So she's like perched. There you go. Thank you. It's 75 degrees in early November here, which is crazy. But I was just looking for an excuse to take a break. I'm hot. I'm putting a roof on the new house for the Merrick's flock, for their new house. And he said, I just want to take a break. And I thought I would take the opportunity to talk about another hatchery, because people seem very interested when I talk about McMurray Hatchery. And I guess sorry, I'm trying to rest my seltzer water here without it getting knocked over or pooped in. Sorry. I guess I can talk about a lot of hatcheries. That's one thing I know a little bit about, because I've got getting close to 60 individual breeds here on the farm. All right, let's try this again. So what I was saying is I want to talk a little bit about Ideal Poultry out of Cameron, Texas. Ideal is one of, it's either the first or second hatchery that I ever ordered birds from, and they have an Okay, so I just filled everybody's bowls with a little afternoon snack, and it seems to have worked, and that it's gotten all the roosters to shut up, at least for a little bit. Okay, so I want to take a minute and talk about another hatchery that I like, which is Ideal Poultry. I've ordered from Ideal every year since I've been farming, sometimes multiple times a year. So that's every year since 2018. And I like them a lot. Last year I ordered a little bit from Ideal, but mostly I ordered from McMurray. And I remain a huge McMurray fan. They're pretty much my primary hatchery now when I order stuff. But let me talk a little bit about the things that commend Ideal, or that might commend Ideal for you to take a look at. One thing is that Ideal has an interesting minimum, and their minimum is $30 worth of birds. As long as you order $30 worth of birds, that's the minimum. So they don't have like a 6 chick or 15 chick or a 25 chick minimum or anything. That being said, they will add chicks to your order depending on the time of year, in order to make it safe for them to ship things. That's how my very first year, I wound up getting 6 surplus roosters. They were added on for warmth. And this is the thing with Ideal that I have noticed. They throw in extra roosters like packing peanuts. Like, they tuck them in on any order, and they say, it's for warmth. But I mean, I've had them add extra roosters, just for the heck of it, on like midsummer orders. So just be aware of that. I mean, I guess if you're looking to get some free roosters, that's not a bad way to go. But if you have like a very carefully curated flock like I started out with, and then suddenly you get these extra birds, you don't know what to do with them, that can create a problem. For me, happily, it led to the creation of my bachelor pad, which is one of the things that I often get a lot of questions about. So it worked out okay, but just be aware of that. One thing when I first started with them that I really liked is that they were the only hatchery that carried a lot of the rare or obscure, and in some cases endangered breeds that I was really into. And one thing that I don't like nowadays is that, honestly, over the course of 2020, they have hacked away. They have edited a ton of the birds that they formerly offered. In fact, birds that I ordered at the beginning of this year, they just no longer carry them. They're not sold out. They're just discontinuing them. They're no longer carrying a lot of their Asiatic breeds. They're no longer carrying Malays, which really sucks because I wanted to use Malays and Leghorns to recreate something along the lines of a Kraienkoppe, which is another breed they used to carry. They're no longer carrying Kraienkoppes. They're no longer carrying Campines, and they used to carry Campines, used to carry them in both the silver and the gold. You can still get gold from McMurray, and I have some of those, and they're gorgeous birds, and a Campine is a fantastic breed to look into. But Ideal no longer carries the Fleche. Ideal no longer carries the Kraienkoppe, which two of my all-time favorite birds out of the nearly 300 that I've had were Kraienkoppes. And so it just makes me sad. So they're really kind of cutting back on, I guess, the more obscure breeds. And I'm not necessarily going to say I can blame them, but they seem to have carried them for decades. And then, you know, they don't have them now. I guess that's just demand, but it was just nice to have a large hatchery and not have to seek out a private breeder to find birds like that. They do have some classics that I wish a place like McMurray had. Like I always thought it's weird that McMurray doesn't have Javas, but Ideal does. Ideal has Buckeyes, McMurray does not. And I guess I say they're kind of common because Buckeyes and Javas are birds that I see, at least here in my part of Virginia, at the Tractor Supply store all the time. But I would much rather get those birds from a big hatchery, honestly, like McMurray, than the Tractor Supply store. But Ideal does have things like Chanticleers, which is a great breed for if you're working in the cold. It was developed in Canada, I think this century, by a monk. And they're a great, very cold hardy breed. And Ideal will have them in like white and buff and partridge, which is awesome. They will have different colorways of some birds. I know they've got Rhode Island whites, which is something I'm kind of looking forward to. Hey guys, stay out of my drink. I've got a very curious Vorwerk rooster here. Hey dude. They have, that Vorwerk threw me off, but I was thinking about something else that they have. Oh well, moving on. I've also gotten all my Bantams, and I have a ton of Bantams from only 2 hatcheries. Cackle, all of those birds died, by the way. They all succumbed to Merrick's. Or Ideal. And Ideal has, in the whole industry, the best selection of Bantam, the greatest variety of Bantam chickens going. And especially their Old English game varieties. Some hatcheries will have 1 or 2 different colors or, you know, varieties of Old English game Bantams. Ideal has like 30 or 40. It's incredible. They're colorways that I'd never heard of before, and they're just gorgeous, like lemon cuckoo and black-breasted red, silver duckwing, that's kind of common, red pile, another one kind of common. But I mean, there are literally at least 2 dozen varieties of Old English game Bantams that they have, and they are so neat. So if you really want to see like the amazing variety of genetic expression in chicken colors and feathering, check out their list of Bantams. They did recently, Ideal recently this year updated their website, and I have to say I don't like it. Their website used to be simple, like so simple it was like a holdover from the early or the mid 90s, like when the web was first invented. They just had links, like a list of text for their bird breeds, and they didn't really have any photos of their birds, like, you know, out in the field or photos. They had these like old-timey drawings. And at first I thought it was kind of annoying, but ordering from them over a couple years, I got kind of attached to those drawings, and now they've gotten rid of them and they just have these like semi-decent photos. I have to say I'm nostalgic for the old site, but, you know, the look of their website is not something that I think is going to bother folks. I don't think that's something you want to know about. They also have Dutch Brabanters, which is an awesome breed that I love, and I never would have heard of that breed if I hadn't just been cruising their site one day, just clicking on every link for every name of every chicken that I'd never heard of, and I was like, what is this? And I've got about half a dozen, maybe 8 now, including roosters, Dutch Brabanters. They lay a gorgeous, fairly round for a chicken egg, cream white egg, and it's exquisite, and they are super friendly. The breed goes back, I think, to the 15 or the 1600s, and Ideal has them in both cream and gold, I think. But so they have like obscure, weird stuff like that, which I think is awesome. So yeah, and I know that they are adding some new breeds this year. I actually talked to them on the phone last week talking about when their catalog was going to come out. I know they're adding Blue Marans, so I guess that's going to be a mix of like black splash and blue. The young lady didn't say blue copper. She just said Blue Marans. So we'll see what that is. They're also going to carry blue Australorps, which are great. I have more blue Australorps than I have black Australorps. They are adding, let me see, last year they added olive eggers, but I talked about this in the McMurray Hatchery video. I can make my own olive eggers, so I don't really. Hi, Kevin. What? What are you doing? You big boy. I'll get you. I'll get you. Come here. God. He is ridiculous. I love that guy. He's a heritage Delaware broiler from McMurray, and I think I want to get more of them this year. We don't slaughter our birds, but he has so much personality. Anyhow, what was I saying about Ideal, McMurray? Oh, well, it'll come back to me. But they also have different colors on some of the guinea fowl that you may be interested in, and they have a smaller minimum order on guinea fowl. I think some places it's like 30. I think you can get as few as 15 from Ideal. I also know that they have a lower requirement for turkeys, and in general, Ideal has prices that are 50 cents to $1 cheaper on almost all their breeds. And, you know, make of that what you will. I know one time they sent me, I actually ordered Brabanter roosters, and they were terrible looking. Like, they did not look like the breed at all. They were Brabanters, but they were awful. Like, their crests were terrible. Their combs were not appropriate. And I called and said, I wasn't really happy with those. And they sent me a brand new order with like all fresh roosters. And the next batch of guys are really good. So, they stand by their product. I like that. Ideal is they're the only hatchery I know of that will mix your different species of poultry. Like some folks like, well, we can't mix ducks with chickens. Ideal will mix ducks with chickens, with geese, with bantams. And I have had an order like that where I had geese and bantams and chickens all in the same order. They put them all in the same box. They compartmentalized it. But they're the only hatchery I know of that will do that. And honestly, they do a great job. I have never had a DOA bird from Ideal Poultry. And it's really kind of crazy because they are so loosey-goosey with mixing up different breeds. But, I think I was talking about what they're going to be offering. And I was talking about olive eggers. I'm not going to buy olive eggers. I think Murray McMurray is also adding olive eggers this year, but they're not that hard to make your own if you have a bird that lays, if you have breeds that lay blue eggs and breeds that lay brown eggs, you can combine them and then you get your olive eggs. But for my money, the best light green egg layer is exclusive to Murray McMurray, and that's their Whiting True Greens. They lay like a leghorn. They lay a beautiful big green egg, and they lay a lot of them. Same thing with their Whiting True Blues. I like them over and above, certainly in terms of productivity, things like cream leg bars, which are neat. And that reminds me, I know Ideal is also adding Rhodebars this year, which is like one of the original breeds, I think that Reginald Punnett created when he was when he was developing the very first auto-sexing breeds. I think that's a cross between a Welsumer and a Barred Rock, but they've been crossed so much that they become their own distinct breed. So that's pretty cool. It was either Rhodebars or Rhodebars they said they were getting, and Rhodebars would be Rhode Island Reds crossed with Barred Rocks to form their own auto-sexing breed. So anyhow, make of that what you will. But So I am a fan of Ideal as well, and you may want to check them out. Like I said, I'm mostly a McMurray orderer nowadays. But if you're looking for something, some of the things that I mentioned, Ideal may be a place that you want to check out. Or if you're looking to combine an order of mixed birds and you want to do it all in one order. Ideal shipping is totally comparable to everybody else. I don't remember paying any exorbitant fees. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say about Ideal Poultry. Questions, comments, concerns, helpful critiques are always welcome. I talked about the breeds that they have. I talked about how they have some obscure breeds. I talked about how they have eliminated some obscure breeds. Talked about how they'll do mixed orders. I talked about how their pricing is usually a little cheaper. They used to offer sexed goslings at like 11 and 12 bucks a piece, which was insane. Like oh my God, like check out somebody like Meyer, where like a sexed gosling is like 25 bucks. So, you know, if you're trying to save money but still want some quality birds, yeah, I've only gotten goslings from from Ideal, and I love them all. They're all great. Other than the goslings that I got from a private breeder. I feel like there was something else I was going to add, but if I think of it, I'll be sure to add it. So anyhow, wherever you are, I hope that you're staying happy and healthy, and have a great day. And you can always find us at Broad Shoulders Farm on Instagram and Facebook. All right, talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.